we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Today we've got a Week 5 matchup in store here, as it'll be the New York Jets taking on the Denver Broncos. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25.
Ready. 38. Ready.
They run with a former Bengal. It's Samaje Perine. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Well, they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Ready.
They'll run it here with Perine. And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23. A good productive run there on first down. He winds up getting 8.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Pushing through the count, taking it right down Broadway. Inside the 10. And all the way home for the Broncos score. Samaje Perine, his first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos need just 3 plays to go down and take the early lead. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. McCole Hardman to return it from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Oh, did the Jets miss this guy? Here's Breece Hall. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. But you look at this Bronco defense. They put together a strong effort last week in the win over the Bears, CD.
And all defensive teams that I know talk about creating turnovers. Takeaways, they call them. And anytime you can get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really, really good performance. They exceeded that number in a big way.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in, and he's just got to throw this one away.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. On 3rd down, Corral. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. On 4th down, here's the veteran Thomas Morstead, the punt for the Jets. K.J. Hamler deep for the Broncos. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out first and 10. A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Marvin Mims, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And Hardman going to go ahead and sit on this one as it'll come out to the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up first and 10. He completes that to Garrett Wilson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So from the 36 now, first and 10. Meanwhile, Corral's throw taken in by Rucker. And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down inbounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, and that'll make it third down. When you look at this Bronco defense, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over the Bears, CD.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line, well short of the first. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on fourth down. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. K.J. Hamler returning it. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And it'll be first and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
The first carry for the shifty Tariq Cohen. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
From the 31, here's second and 6. Now Love will try with his legs. And he's going to have the Broncos first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
And this is one of those plays that if you can use it to keep the chains moving, it's a good play. And not only that, it tends to tamp down the pass rushers because they have to recognize this play and stay at home. The quarterback uses it well. Read option, keeps it, and picks up a first down with some nice running.
Love now to pass on first down. The screen pass here to Cullen. A good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and it's second down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Now we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. To throw now, here's Love. Over the middle, it's complete.
That's the game of 7. Makes it 3rd and 2.
2 yards still to go. 3rd down now. Here's Love. A throw left side, hauled in by Hamler. And he will have the Broncos first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football. A pretty sizable deficit here in the first quarter. This defense probably need to get off the field in those situations on 3rd down.
And you and I both know in this huddle before that last 3rd down play, that's exactly what they talked about. Let's make a play. Let's get off the field. Let's reverse the momentum. Instead, they got hit with another first down. Almost back to the drawing board.
A well-executed 22-yard gain.
And Mims moves the chains, and it's exciting to see all the ways the Broncos might use him as a rookie. He's a mismatch type of a player who can really hit you from anywhere if you don't keep somebody nearby and closely guard him.
They run it with P. Ryan on first down. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Nice chunk of yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football. Now a 2nd and 6. As they've got it as we resume action. P. Ryan again on 2nd down. Bulldozes past him. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 95 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays. Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Switching things up, they'll throw it now with Jordan Love. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, some of those windows to throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people, actually.
Love, this is 3rd and goal. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Marvin Mims with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Broncos have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Well, CD, that's his 2nd touchdown already. And how about this offense? 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
An absolute total team effort right now. And let's face it, I don't think he's done. We're still in the first half. There's a lot of time left to go. I don't don't know what they're going to do on the other side trying to slow him down. But right now, he's feeling it.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. Hardman going to bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here, because now you're down. They're going for Lazard, but this is intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And the return will stop right around the 25. Boy, we've seen a lot of mistakes here in this first half, and another there on the interception.
Yeah, they're certainly starting to pile up, aren't they? Because, let's face it, we expect a miscue here and there, but they're already down 3 scores and still giving the ball away. If they want to get back into this one, they've got to take care of the ball, because right now the way they're playing doesn't say a whole lot for their chances.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Second down, Love. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Come on, guys, what's going on? Ready?
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. Here's a give running left. It's Cohen. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Now Brett Maher for the field goal try. From the left hash. This from 53 yards out. The kick by Maher is good. And the route is on. It's 24-0. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some...
Jets take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Game's not over. Why are you giving up?
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet first down.
There's a nice play by Hall, who was hitting his stride and more, and looking like a franchise back when a torn ACL ended his rookie year at 7 games. We all saw the electricity. We felt it before he went down, though. The expectations very high for the future star here in year 2.
On second down, a run with Hall. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
He's going to have the first down and then some. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 14. It's a gain of 14 down to the 14. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked off by Riley Moss. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
And when a team advances as far as they did, got over the 50-yard line, don't you think that drive deserved a better ending? I think he needs to get with his coaches on the sidelines, make some immediate adjustments, and that's what you do. You don't wait. You do it from series to series, because drives like that, the end with a turnover, that's multiple times they picked him off already in this opening half.
110 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
First down, they go back to Pirine. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I'd keep going back to him.
Throwing. Love. Pass complete to Judy on the out route. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Right now, boys. Fight, 97.
Up the middle, here's Pirine. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Love now on 2nd down. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. The 330-pounder Al Woods brings the boom on the sack. 3rd and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. Love. And that is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Now Brett Maher for the field goal try. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. Maher able to put this one through. And the lead increases even further. It's 27-0 now. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They force the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
After the made field goal, Maher back out there to kick it away. Hardman going to bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here. Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
Straight ahead is Hall. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
2nd and 10. Hall on a give up the middle. And he'll have a Jets first down as he'll get this up to about the 42. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. And that's caught inside the 30. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. He's got Wilson, and that's a Jets touchdown. A great effort there. 26 yards. And the Jets are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Zerline good with a PAT. And the lead down to 20. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
Ready.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. 121 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. 2nd down and 4. To pass, here's Jordan Love. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. This is Lazard with a catch out left. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. Zerline's kick is up and through, and that will move the deficit from 20 down to 17. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they had the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this 2nd half. Hardman going to bring it out of the end zone. And deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Open man here is Conklin. And he will step out of bounds, but not before he's all the way across the 50. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing now is Rodgers. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Rodgers now on 1st down. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. 2nd down coming up. They'll give to Hall. Oh, fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. That's good for a Jet 1st down, a gain of 13.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. On 1st down, right back to Hall. And he's brought down. 67 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Breece Hall, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the 2nd half. Zerline connects on the extra point, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they were terrific in the 1st half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again. And the ball is knocked out. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
This is really, really difficult for teams to coach because you love the extra effort, right? When he break a couple of tackles, I mean, he was really trying to gain the extra yardage, but you also have to have an idea that people are going to come up behind you from the side trying to take care of the ball while you're trying to get extra effort. Sometimes you have to know when to say when and maybe just go down.
Oh, fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. Defensively, they were in the 3-4. Solid run up the middle. What made it successful?
Well, what you have to do is control the nose guard, but sometimes you don't do it by blocking him. You do it by influencing him. Get him moving to one side or the other and hit him back on the opposite.
On 1st down, Rodgers looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Hall. Touchdown! Breece Hall. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Jets take the forced fumble and convert it into 6 points. Zerline good with a PAT. And the lead is down to a field goal. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
On second down, P-Ryan, 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Here is 3rd and 5. Love now. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it.
Ready.
First down, going to the air with Love. A short one to the tight end, Troutman. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
First down, Love to pass. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Hand off here for P-Ryan. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
On play action, Love to throw, eluding the pressure right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Love looking to throw it. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Jermaine Johnson credited with that sack.
The Jets were so strong up front last year, they didn't have to hurry Johnson along as a rookie first-rounder. He did pick up a couple of sacks, and while he didn't play a ton of snaps, they certainly intend to utilize his pass rush potential far more in year 2.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. "39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Jets offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. I'm guessing you wouldn't have minded being a fly on the wall at halftime because they were struggling in that first half. Down double digits. Now they're right back in this thing. So whatever was said apparently worked.
And let's make sure if we're going to be a fly on the wall that we're high up on the wall, because I know I always talk about it being clinical at the half, you know, less emotion, more execution. But every now and then, this is an emotional game.
Sure.
Someone's got to come in and stir some things up. And I wouldn't be surprised if maybe a few benches got overturned and the halftime water ended up hitting the floor.
Well, whatever happened, it's working right now. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Rodgers sliding to a stop with a first down. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
It was starting to become a game for him to forget with the interceptions, but that's a step in the right direction. Not only did he choose to run it instead, but he saw the field well and made a nice pickup to get a new set of downs.
And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And Rodgers intercepted a third time. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, that puts a little bit of a wrinkle in their comeback bid.
Yeah, everything had turned around for them, hadn't it? I mean, things were now going their way. But you did mention it's a wrinkle in their comeback bid. It's not the death knell for them by any stretch, but now they've got some extra work to do in order to climb all the way back.
Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, Kai just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
Here's P. Ryan again on second down. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5. This offense on third down today, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Now Love. A short one to the tight end, Troutman. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Here's Riley Dixon now as he'll punt it away for the second time. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth-quarter lead.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
Rodgers now to throw. That's caught left side by Hardman. Well, that'll get him the first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Any caused incompletion is good for a defense. But when you add to it, you get a little hit on the quarterback, knock him to the ground, make him think a little bit, hopefully knock him off his game, especially in a game of this magnitude, this tight in the 4th quarter. You got to feel pretty good as a defense.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They'll run with Hall. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Oh, they're changing this at the line. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for New York. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5, and that will come the offense as they take over. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down.
And what we just saw there, partner, was linebacking speed that can trump O-line power. We see that at times because he filled the gap before the offensive lineman could get to the next level and take him on.
The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. To throw now. Here's Love. Short throw caught by Dulcich. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. Trying for it with P-Rod. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. 4 yards on the pickup. Good enough to extend the drive. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. 2nd down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Here's Love. Flush to his right. And not wanting to take a shot out of the pocket. He tucks it and goes down. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17. Looking to throw. Love. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for Denver. Yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And the Jets will take over.
31-yard line.
22. Do not keep it at 22.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his second one.
Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Back to throw. Love. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. A CD, a little bit of feast or famine for him. He's had some success throwing the football, but also now he's been sacked 4 times.
Yeah, you just mentioned the 4 sacks, but you're right. He has managed to hang in there and make plays at times. His offensive line, they've got to figure it out and pick things up and give him more opportunities, and he has to help them by getting rid of the ball a little bit quicker as well.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now answering with a field goal doesn't do them much on this drive. They need to try and find the end zone. Working from the gun. Rodgers escaping the pressure right. Rodgers sliding to a stop with a first down. Plenty of time to work with here, but the timeouts, they're gone. Here's 1st and 10. Fighting off the defender. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Second and 6 coming up. Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. There he goes, right side. Breece Hall. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Breece Hall, 60 yards. And the Jets are an extra point away from going back on top here in the 4th. A very important extra point there, up and good, and that is going to put them on top by a point, and it sets us up for quite a finish. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Trouble, 38.
Here's Love. He's got Hamler. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Evades the tackler, and now some space. He may go. And finally down at the 9-yard line. Charles, just a gigantic play right there.
Absolute breakdown defensively, but take no credit away. A huge gain, and that turns things around.
Now first and goal. They'll try the right side with P. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth.
Wow. Wow.
What a game this has been, and what a drive that was, Charles, to take the lead here late in the fourth quarter.
And partner, that's a job well done by everyone, from the players to the guys calling the plays. And if I may introduce just one downside to the mix, might be a little bit too much time left. Enough on the clock for a final last-ditch effort to try and steal this win away.
Love looking to throw. And it is incomplete, so they can't convert for two. And now the lead stays at 5. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. Hardman going to bring it out of the end zone. Oh, some strong running. Past midfield, look out. Mecole Hardman. He's inside the 20. And he's going to take it all the way into the end zone. What a return, and they've taken the lead. So the second half comeback is now complete. They have battled from behind, taken the lead, and CD now, they just need their defense to stand up here and secure the victory.
And remember, they were trailing by double digits, fought their way back into this one. Now we find out the true definition of the team, don't we? Because one side of the ball just did its job. Now it's time for the other one to take over. Don't let them drive downfield and get the deciding score in what time remains.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
Here's first and 10. Love. Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch it in that spot.
Now Love. Going to get this to Cohen. And this is not going to be what they needed. They get a few here, but now third down as the clock runs. Love looking to throw it. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now. Fourth down now, and defensively, Charles, you know, they're just asking this crew for one more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now, but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, over-excited, and blow an assignment and give up the big first down.
Desperation time here. Love on fourth down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. So a big one coming now for Brett Maher. With 2 seconds left in regulation, this to force overtime. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And this game is tied. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, Martin.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So it's the Broncos who are going to get the first shot at things. They'll have it here as we start in overtime. And no return here to begin the overtime session. That'll be a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Charles, you think back to halftime, they had the big lead. They were in control of this game. They lost that lead. But ultimately right now, with the ball in overtime, a chance to win this thing.
And you know each guy's telling his teammate, just let it go. Don't worry about it. We're starting fresh right here. What happened before does not matter. What happens right now and going forward, that's what matters. Let's find a way to win this game.
They'll hand it to P-Line. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he will finally be taken down at the Jets' 29-yard line. A huge play there in overtime. 41 yards. So a huge gain on the ground here puts him into a wonderful spot. And remember, of course, a touchdown wins it.
And we're in overtime, right? So you have to think defense has been out there for 4 quarters. Might be a little bit tired. The attrition of the game may have led to that long run.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Again, here's P-Ryan, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2. We'll play only the 1 overtime here. If time runs out, it'll be a tie as they come up on 2nd down. First throw in overtime for Love. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback, he's not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. Love. And it's a fumble. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And while all of that was going on, we have an injured player out there in need of some attention. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. The kick by Maher is good. And they have regained the lead. They're able to put 3 on the board here on the opening drive of OT, and now up to their defense to try and see if they can hold this one.
I like how you framed it up because obviously this game is not over, right?
They go down and kick a field goal, then we head to sudden death. But if the defense can hold, take the ball away, turn it over on downs, this game's over.
And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. It's pretty simple now. They need a field goal out of this drive to extend overtime, or obviously, Charles, a touchdown to win it.
Yeah, I'm taking the defense's perspective on this one, partner, because now they know with a 3-point lead, they can afford to give that up because you just keep playing, right? Overtime gets extended. But if you give up the touchdown, it's game over. So on offense, every play you make, you've got to try and get just a little bit more out of each one in order to try and get to the end zone, because they're going to play everyone back, keep everything in front.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A handoff for Hall. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. And now they're in the hurry-up.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. Here's Hall again. And they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. 2 minutes on the clock in overtime in a 3-point ball game. Offensive line right now really freeing up the rushing lanes on this drive.
And we have to give them props. They've earned them. But these big runs that we're seeing, they don't result without everyone else being involved as well. Blocking on the perimeter has to take place downfield too.
Here's a give to Hall. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. So a little chunk there on 1st as they try to chip away down 3 in overtime.
I like your description. Chip away, down 3. You don't have to get it all in one big play, although obviously that would be nice. But there's no need to have that type of risk associated with it. Run your offense, get first downs, get yourself in position where you know you're going to at least get 3 and keep this game going. If you get 6, so much the better.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Flushed out right. So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. Oh, it's intercepted. That'll seal it. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to win this football game here in overtime. Well, Charles, a heartbreaking way to lose this game. They got into position for that final play, had a decent look toward the end zone, but ultimately picked off, and that's your ball game.
Yeah, they gave themselves a great opportunity, didn't they? They'll replay that snap over and over. But sometimes you just have to give credit to the other side. Defense stood up in the final moment and came through with the interception.
So for Denver, they have